Ms. Hazel? Here. Ms. Email?
Here.
Do you have a form?
Thank you. Can we introduce guests at this point?
Pardon?
I'm looking at Anna. Can we introduce guests at this point?
Yes. Yeah, you want to, yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Would you please introduce yourselves and welcome to our meeting?
Are we being video?
Yes.
I'm Yvonne Burns.
Yeah, I'm Robert Burns.
And I'm Freddie Phillips.
Nice to meet y'all.
And
Welcome
y'all
to our meeting.
are you with who?
General public.
General public, okay. And we're being videoed?
It's part of the public record laws or open meeting laws in Louisiana that it can be videoed or.
Right.
So item number 2 is to view the LSU HSWs,
Okay.
which we just saw while we were having lunch. And Carolyn, we are going to have these, they're on YouTube.
Yeah.
And we will have Sandy send the links on YouTube to everybody.
Fun. I think the kids at work would like to see it.
Yeah.
Actually, I think a lot of people would like to see these videos. I think the students do an excellent job, and they really hit home the health, safety, and welfare of what they do. And so they say it better than we do, frankly. So anyway.
Well, and it helps them to focus on what it is, you know, in a fun way, because they like doing videos.
So did any of the other colleges in Louisiana enter?
I haven't heard, and I suspect no.
Would they be on iTunes also, or is it just?
So this is a competition.
Yeah.
This is an international
Yeah,
competition.
this is an international competition, and it's sponsored by IDB, which is the Interior Design Educators Council, and co-sponsored by NCIDQ, which is National Council for Interior Design Qualification. And every year they have this competition open to all the students worldwide, and usually it keys in on something dealing with the health, safety, and welfare of the public. So that's kind of the focus of these. And last year's winners were terrific. I think one was from China, and so we've gotten a lot of really good competitors in this, and I think it's really good to show these videos because they're really masterfully done.
Now, are the videos available to us or to the public from previous years, like the winners?
The winners from last year I know were on YouTube.
I don't know if they still are, though. I think that's a good question.
Once you put it there.
I don't think so.
So we should send out the links also to last year's winners. 'Cause I think-
Yeah, if they won, it would be something worth looking at.
Okay. All right. And Sandy's going to have this, if we want to stay after, if you want to see it today, Carolyn. Otherwise, you'll get the link. Okay, item 3, approval of the minutes from the December 9th meeting. Do we have a motion to approve the minutes?
I'll second.
Who was first?
I.
Okay, Tia was first. Any corrections or additions to the minutes? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Old business, the chairman's report. I think the chairman's report will be more under the fire marshal meeting, since that was the focus of what we've really done since the last meeting. So I'll report more on that with the fire marshal meeting. Administrative report.
Boy, I've never seen you get through your stuff so fast.
Well, I've got a lot to say under G.
I know, I understand. I knew that you would. All right, I have included in each of your packets a list of delinquents, people who have not yet renewed for 2011. This same time last year, there were 25 that were delinquent. Right now, we're down to 16, which that's pretty cool. And there's a few of them, like David Edwards, TL, I think you know him. He needs his CEUs, but he is happy to report to us that he is now cancer-free.
Oh, good.
So I know you'd like to hear that. Paula Burks, I don't know if, well, Bob, she's up in Shreveport. I don't know if you know her. She's retired for health reasons. Shirley Figtel, which is licensed 911, she just called me this week. She needs a form, and then she's sending it in. I know that Alicia Boudreaux, the second one on the form, she's sending hers in. I just recently spoke with her. And also Lila Pollard, second to the bottom, is also sending hers in, I know. Others I know, like Philip Gagliano. He hasn't practiced in years. He's our Italian chef in Metairie, but he likes to keep his license, so I know he's not an issue.
So how does this compare with last year and the number of...
Last year we had 25. Now we have 16.
Very good.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
And it looks like some of them have already contacted you about renewing, just a matter of getting their paperwork.
Exactly, yes. I also want to let you guys know that with our Dan Bulleney Award coming up in, let's see, submissions are due June 1st. I did send an email out to LSU, to Tech, and to ULL, to the department heads, reminding them of what the award is and giving them the link, and that was a great opportunity to promote to their students.
And what is the deadline for that submission?
June 1st, they have to be postmarked by June 1st. I also can tell you that Stephen Knight, I think you know this, Stephen Knight, the first year's recipient, I think is moving to California next month. So I don't think that he's gonna, he's registered for the NCIDQ, but I'm not sure that he's going to want or seek a license here in Louisiana, since he's planning on moving there.
Do you know how many people we have sitting for the exam? Just to,
I got the results from NCIDQ for the October sitting. There was about 20, maybe I think 8 were to the point where they were completely past the entire thing. So they were issued their certificate number, and I did send them a letter from the board reminding them of the law and, of course, congratulating them. The standard letter. The congratulations, reminding them of the law and what steps they need to take to become a registered interior designer in the state. So, and two of those are applicants at today's meeting later on. I have one other thing that came in that I wanted to just pass by the board too. Many of you know Nell Fetzer. Remember Nell? Her daughter, Suzanne, moved to Colorado. And Suzanne called me not long ago and was concerned about the fact that her license has not been maintained throughout the years. She hasn't renewed since maybe about 1994 or so. She blames it on the fact that we didn't have her correct address, but as you know, that's not our problem. I mean, it's not our fault.
Right.
Yeah, it's her ultimately her responsibility. She wants to come back to Louisiana and open a satellite office, and wants to know about getting her license back. Unfortunately, she never sat for the NCIDQ exam.
I thought she did.
She did not. So I spoke with her, and what she asked is that if she were to take the exam and come back to Louisiana to reinstate her license, she would love to have her original license number, which was 365.
and we don't give that away? That number is retired, if you will?
It's not necessarily retired, just typically if it's been more than 3 years and you're starting brand new with an application, that you get a new license number. I don't see that big of a deal of it. I've talked it over with Anna. It's certainly up to the board's discretion.
Nobody has that number.
Nobody
And
else.
she, and her,
We don't
she
retire
and,
the jerseys.
Right.
yeah, she and her mother had consecutive numbers.
Right, and she was quite surprised to find out that she beat out her mom. Her mom was
Yeah.
366.
Yeah.
But,
Because she called me also. and
Yeah.
had-
so what I would like to do, if it's okay with you, oh, and she sent this, if anybody's interested, she sent her, you know, why would you want me back as an interior designer piece of, you know, work that she's done in Colorado, if anybody's interested in it. It looks all like high-end residential. I did speak to her about coming back to Louisiana, that she can't call herself an interior designer or do any type of commercial work until which time she has a license back with us. So what I'd like for you guys to do is just allow us to, just for me to put that in writing, your decision, if you'd let her have her old number back, pending passage of her NCIDQ exam and reapplying.
Anna, is there any reason why we shouldn't?
Normally it would be disciplinary reason. If there had been disciplinary matters, you may want to restrict it, but in this case, there was no problem. She just moved to Colorado and just did not keep up her license.
So what does the board feel about that?
I don't see why she can't.
I don't have
I
a
have no problem. Did her mother serve on the board too?
Her mother was.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is, and that's part of, that's most of it, as she says in her letter, is that it's very sentimental to her, simply because
Let her have it.
she worked with her mom side by side to get licensing
Yeah,
in the
that's
first
great.
place.
Let her have it.
So do we need a motion to that effect?
I think it's discretion of the board, and you would need a motion to approve her return. Subject to her passing test, etc.
And I'll
Right, so
second it.
so let me clarify, we're not reinstating her license.
No, we
No.
are.
What we're doing is simply saying, or what you're doing, is simply saying that upon successfully completing the NCIDQ and passing the exam and applying that you would reissue,
License number
365.
365.
I like to, I mean, I think it's commendable for her to be willing to come and take the NCIDQ.
I think so too.
Recheck, you know.
Yeah,
So we
she
have
said
a motion by Carolyn,
better start
and we have a
sooner.
second by Joanne. Any more discussion about it? We're happy to have her back. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Sandy, is that it?
That's all I have.
Anna, legal report, please.
Really, most of the legal report will be also as part of the fire marshal meeting, obviously, that's a lot of what I've been working on also.
Right, we need some updates from you on that.
But just so everyone knows, legislature, this is a fiscal year, it will start in April. They have not posted the pre-filed, or may not have pre-filed bills yet because there's a special session in March for redistricting. So we're keeping an eye on that to see what's happening. We don't have any disciplinary matters to discuss today. We didn't have enough to really justify referrals to the committee this last time, so we're still working on those. We had before, and once we have enough, we'll have a committee meeting and then refer back to the board. So nothing new on those rounds.
Just because.
So that's it, Anna?
That's it. Until, like I said, referring back to fire marshal.
Okay. So we'll circle back around when we get to G again.
That's right.
Okay, so that's the old business. Let's start with the new business budget report. Mr. King.
You all have your copies of the budget report. It appears that we're in pretty good shape as far as the renewals are concerned to meet with our budget. And of course, we have CEU fees and CEUs to add to this that as they are taken will increase our income. One thing that we need to adjust, and that's the board travel and state figures to we were lower than what had been expected, and so we need to adjust that figures downward to indicate the offset. If
And let
there's
me
any
just-
question.
I'm sorry, Bob. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I can just say the reason that board member travel is coming in higher than originally expected is for two things. One, we decided to have all the board members come to the board office to do the NCIDQ conference. And also, well, two of them plays into it. When you guys came, Karen and Deb came for the fire marshal's meeting. That's a board expense, so they were both paid for that day. We got to spend Valentine's with Butch. We all got hugs and kisses. And although he said he was going to take us to lunch and he didn't. Did you notice that?
So we took ourselves.
But so that's why it's coming in a little bit higher than what we're expecting. So we have 2 meetings left, so it doesn't need to go up much. So even if you guys just want to just know that we will have to adjust it, and we can even wait a little bit closer to the end and see exactly where it's going to come in and play with some numbers.
That would be my recommendation, that we wait until closer time.
I think
Right,
so.
because we have till July the 1st.
Yeah, I'll wait till.
Okay.
Yeah, and we certainly got a lot accomplished with that money. Those were really
Yes.
worthwhile meetings.
Do we have a motion to approve the budget as presented?
I motion to approve the budget.
That would be Karen. Do we have a
I
second?
second.
TL. Any more discussion about the budget? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
King. Review of applications for licensed interior designer status. The first one will be Stephanie Robertson.
Yes, and TL, I think you may know her as Stephanie Beck now from LSU, graduated in
Ah.
2003. She works currently for Jeff Kudla, Kudla, an architect in Lake Charles. And everything is in her file as needed.
When did she pass the NCAQ? Is she a recent passee?
No, it's been a while.
I'd have to look. Let me see real quick, Bob.
She was like a 2000, 2001 graduate, and I know she's been working.
2003 is what she listed as her graduation.
No.
And her exam is right here, July of '06.